What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Conversation Corner. With me today is one of the youngest legends in the game right now. You know, they say that he's not from this planet, that he honestly might just be an alien. We're talking to Mr. Kaden Jordan. How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out Josh at Review Corner. Shout out the whole team, man. Happy you're here, bro. Welcome to Orlando, bro. Came all the way out.
Heck yeah, man. The timing worked out super perfectly. We're here in this amazing studio. And you know, this Michael movie just came out.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wanted to know if they were to make a movie of Kaden Jordan and they were going to call it Kaden, where would that thing start?
Man, I always talk about how like music has always been like a part of my life. I think we'll start right at the beginning. Well, not even the beginning, but like super early on with before like I even made my own music or like try to do covers of anything. Like I had like my little Elmo drum. That would be the opening scene, just me making as much noise as possible. You know, yeah, my Elmo drum, bro. That's how we would start the movie.
And then from obviously the Elmo drum, some time would go on.
Yeah.
And then you would start getting into the Hitmaker era.
Yeah.
Right. And even before that, even the Hypocrites era, really.
Yeah.
But then you get into this 48 era. And I feel like when I heard 48, that's when I started to like see the vision and I started to see like the artistry take a step forward. Can you speak to that era a little bit? What was going on during that 48 era?
We were just getting better. I don't know if you hear freaking John Keith next door. He's working on stuff right now. I think only thing that really changed was just the ideas. Like I feel like the creativity was always there. Maybe ideas isn't the right word. Probably just I don't know, the quality maybe, the connections and just like, we kept working and kept chipping at it and just continuing to build off, past projects and, past works that we did.
But you know what's so funny? One of the guys that you met up with during that time frame, he's actually the one who produced that project. It's one of my guys, Austin No.
Yeah.
Dude is super fire. How did you make a connection with him?
Through mutuals. I think our first conversation was actually on an Instagram live and he gave me his number, we connected and then, we just started chopping it up. Like before we even like recorded like one song, like we were just talking about like, mission and just like heart posture and, just all the things that like matter to me, character, like just all that stuff. But yeah, shout out Austin, man. Miss you, bro. Call me. If you see this interview, call me right now.
Yeah, he's been on a little bit of a hiatus, but he's about to make that return too.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get him out retirement, bro. This man be retiring like once a month. But
bro, speak to it. He said it, I didn't. You know, time has passed since the 48 era. We then had this Calamity tape that dropped.
Yeah.
And Calamity is insane. Obviously, it's produced by 1K Chucho. And so speak to that era a little bit. Like, how did the Calamity era come about?
Man, I was about to quit music, to be honest. I remember it was after my last show that I did last year. I told God, I was like, Lord, like, I don't really feel you in this anymore. Like, if you're calling me to something else, like, I'm ready to go. It was just kind of me being in the heart posture, just returning my talents. Like, God, like, I exhausted myself. I exhausted my resources. Like, take this away if this isn't what you have for me anymore. And from there, a week later, I get a call from Chucho. He's like, bro, let's just make like an EP or something. And I was like, okay, let's do something. And then that EP turns into Calamity. And then from Calamity, we start building BABYTOOth. So my upcoming album dropping in August. So it's actually a part of the story. So Calamity is the start of it. The title of the intro track was Epilogue because we're walking into a new story now. And BABYTOOth is going to be a big part of that. But yeah, Calamity is one of my favorite projects that I've like ever made. And Calamity is actually the reason that I'm signed now. So
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like the song that really sparked it all was Design. Did you feel that way as well?
I feel like Design really, yeah, kind of sparked it all. I think just thinking back to that time and just like what we were doing, we were just like, man, like let's just make a project, make something sonically that like people like can't deny is dope. And even Marco like tells everyone, he's like, bro, like we worked on this project and this was like our audition for Aliens Alive. That's pretty much what it was like. And then Design went crazy. I think it's at like, that's one of my biggest songs in my catalog right now. But yeah, I think Design really sparked the whatever's happening now. Just like I'm getting a lot of attention now from a lot of important people in the space to me. Like I'm working with people that I looked up to now. And I'm just grateful to be here. Like it was definitely a God thing. Cause like I said, like God, like if this isn't where you have me, like take me somewhere else.
Is one of those people Jude Barclay? Because
Jude.
you worked with Jude Barclay on this song OTW, On the
Yeah,
Way.
bro. Man, I've known Jude for like a little bit. We actually connected like way earlier. Like I want to say maybe 2024. Yeah, I think like 2024 because again, Instagram Live, bro. He heard my music and thought it was dope. So followed me and he's like, "Yo, let's work on something." And it took us freaking 2 years to get a record. But when I sent him on the way, he was like, "Bro, this is the one. Let's work on this."
Wonderful. And you also somehow got Young Sauce to do something I've never heard Young Sauce
Yeah.
do on a record. That's incredible.
Man, so that was actually during the Calamity camp that we did. You know, we were shooting content for the Record Family Figures, and then like I was like, "Yo, let's just work on some records." So I had Christopher come through. Chucho was there too. Marco documented it, and yeah, we did On the Way, and I was just like really trying to get him into like his melodic bag, and he sounds great on it.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. And you mentioned how Calamity bleeds into this BABYTOOth era.
Yep.
And now we're here in the BABYTOOth era. We're here at the Aliens Alive era. How does that happen? Does Rodney Jerkins hit you up on the phone, or does he call you to come here and have a conversation in person, or how does that all come about?
So I actually, the first time I came to the Aliens camp was for a Klesso's writing camp back in, I want to say early November. That was my first time at the Aliens studio, and then you know I got to know people, got to meet people. I didn't really connect with Rodney like at all during that time, and then I got invited again for a worship night that they had at the studio. You know, I came to the studio just ready to worship, that type of stuff, and I didn't know until like after the worship was over. They're like, "All right, everyone could like go to the studios. Like, if you have music, like go play music in the room or whatever." Da, da, da. And I was just like, I'm glad I brought my laptop because in my mind I was like, I'm probably not gonna use it, but I'm gonna bring it just in case. I brought it, hooked up to like one of the speakers here, and then like I was just playing music with RJ, who's his son that I connected with during the camp. And we were just chopping it up, and then you know, as I'm playing the music, I look to like the corner of the room, and then I see he like walked in. I was, you know, keep my cool with her. I was trying to keep my cool. It's Rodney Jerkins, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's playing the music or whatever, and and then he just starts like asking me questions. He's like, "Who produced that?" And then, you know, I was like, "Oh yeah, well, Austin, da da da." You know, he's like, "Okay. What type of music do you listen to?" And he just started like going down the list of like questions and stuff like that, and like, yeah. And then from there, he was like, "Cool." And then he walked out the room. I was like, "Okay." Then like a few days later, I get a text from his son, RJ. He's like, "Bro, my dad was super impressed with the music we were playing. He wants to know if you're interested in becoming part of the team. He's on Aliens Alive." And that happened within 2-3 weeks after Calamity dropped. It felt like the craziest like month of my life that felt like a week.
And did you play him any of the stuff off of BABYTOOth, or was BABYTOOth even something that was conceived before that?
BABYTOOth wasn't even an album yet. Like I think I had another project that got scrapped, and it wasn't even called BABYTOOth. Like there's no songs. Like I scrapped the whole project. So I showed him an album that doesn't exist no more. But as I, you know, started coming more and, you know, working with people and bringing in my team to work here, like we started working on BABYTOOth, and we finished BABYTOOth like I want to say like a month ago.
Wow.
So the album is done. We're just waiting on one more feature right now.
Amazing. And, you know, we're here at this BABYTOOth era. What's the meaning behind this name, BABYTOOth?
Man, I'll give you what I've been telling everyone. So the meaning behind BABYTOOth, it's essentially me like growing up as an artist, growing up as a person. So like me losing my baby teeth like as an artist. So it's like the start to the new era, because Calamity, you know, we had all these things and then we like tore everything down to start building back up. BABYTOOth is the first like project in the era that we're going to be building towards. But the heart posture behind it and the message behind it is that growth is inevitable. Or no, sorry, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, you're going to change. You're going to look different. You're going to look different probably next year. Some of y'all are going to look interesting next year. Some of y'all going to look great next year. Some of y'all are going to get uglier next year. Change is inevitable, but growth is optional. That was a word that my youth pastor gave me, and that's just kind of like the heart that bled into what BABYTOOth is. But yeah, bro, yeah, it's just growth. Me losing my baby teeth as an artist and, you know, walking into, you know, the next steps on where God is taking me. So I hope that answers the question. I'm yapping a lot.
Yeah, no, I think that that's definitely like the message you want to leave with the listener, right? Is this like this growth is optional. Like you got to choose that for yourself.
100%. And I think even what we're doing sonically with the project is something that like I've even talked to Rodney about and like talked to the team about. And it's just like it's not something that like we've heard in the space before. So how people are gonna receive it, like I'm curious to see, you know, whether they love it or hate it. Like I think it's gonna be a nice change of pace. But yeah, I love this album and I've listened to the project way too much, bro. Like there was a month where I didn't touch it. Like I'm going to step away. I'm not going to listen to this thing. And then I came back and then I still loved it. And I was like, yes, that means the project's ready to go.
And BABYTOOTH is on the way. And this has just been an excellent conversation. Kaden, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming out, man. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like before he like got here, like I was in a deep nap. So I hope I'm 100%, you know, clear on my words and, you know, everything makes sense.
Everything makes sense. And I think the listeners are going to take something away from that, I think, as well.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
brother.
coming out, bro.